Ripple's lead product manager Jasmine has stated that the upcoming XRPL AMM could bolster XRP's utility. However, will the AMM change XRP's tokenomics? By the way, top legal experts have defended the SEC versus Ripple verdict after Fox Business journalist Charles Gasparino characterized the decision as idiotic. Also, Wall Street financial expert Linqto has given specific calendar date for the XRP and the broader crypto community to expect a Ripple IPO. Finally, a crypto trader has recently brought to the attention of Ripple's CTO, David Schwartz, a curated list of misconceptions that flood the XRP community, particularly regarding XRP's adoption. Join me guys as I address those misconceptions. Stick with me till the end to find out more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 30th of November. Cooper made some remarks while speaking with Ari, a prominent YouTuber and XRP community figure, in a recent interview. Ari had raised a question pertaining to the likelihood of the AMM affecting XRP's tokenomics when it officially launches on the XRPL. This coming of new DeFi products, particularly the AMM, is it going to change, at all, the tokenomics of XRP? Ari asked in an exclusive interview, which she shared on X. For context, there have been discussions within the XRP community surrounding growing assertions that the AMM could alter XRP's tokenomics. Particularly, the influencer behind the prominent media account Dig Perspectives recently asked if the AMM could transform XRP into more of a stablecoin. As recently reported, crypto author Panos Mekers dispelled any assertions in this direction. Mekers emphasized that XRP's tokenomics are immutable, making it near impossible to observe such a fundamental change. He further stressed that regardless, XRP would not need to pivot to a stable asset, as the AMM would thrive on volatility. Notably, Ari shares similar sentiments, recently arguing on X that the AMM would not transform XRP to a stablecoin because it harvests volatility. Ripple's lead product manager confirmed this in the interview with Ari. She noted that she does not believe the AMM would change XRP's tokenomics, emphasizing that the asset works on the XRPL as a utility token for gas and account reserves. "I really don't think it's going to change the tokenomics," Cooper said. While dismissing any claims of a change in tokenomics, Cooper highlighted how the automated market maker could actually impact XRP. According to her, amid growing interest, the AMM would introduce greater need for XRP, essentially bolstering its utility. She remarked, "As we see growth and adoption, I think we'll just see a greater need and greater utility of the token itself." The AMM, introduced with the XLS30D amendment, is currently enshrined within the XRPL version Rippled version 1.12.0. Validator consensus for the AMM has not reached the prerequisite level, an issue that has triggered concerns among community members. Voting is still ongoing for the amendment at the reporting time, with a current 40% consensus. So far, 14 validators, including Ripple and Bithomp, have voted yes to the implementation of the amendment. However, 21 validators still retain an A vote. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Fox Business senior correspondent Charles Gasparino has continued to spark controversy with his remark about the summary judgment in the SEC versus Ripple legal tussle. During a recent exchange on X, formerly Twitter, Gasparino stated that Ripple did not win its case against the Securities and Exchange Commission. In a tweet on Thursday, Gasparino labeled the verdict, which held that XRP is not a security, as idiotic. He pointed out that XRP retail investors won for now because the judge decided to split the baby by declaring that category programmatic sales as non-securities. Per Gasparino, the judge's decision has made the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of New York a laughingstock. It bears mentioning that Gasparino's claim contradicts the belief of top legal experts who suggested that Ripple won the better part of the case. Aside from the court declaring XRP as a non-security, it also ruled that programmatic sales of XRP and other distributions did not violate the law as alleged by the SEC. As expected, Gasparino faced heavy backlash from XRP community members over his recent assertions about the verdict. Some users took to X to defend the soundness of the ruling. Australia-based lawyer Bill Morgan stated that there is no lawyer who does not view the verdict as a good result for Ripple. Morgan said while the verdict was split, Ripple got the better part of the decision because the judge distinguished XRP from the scheme. He stated that the significance of the decision prompted the SEC to dismiss its case against Ripple execs Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. In addition, Crypto Law, a media outlet covering U.S. regulatory news for digital asset holders, also defended the soundness of Judge Torres' verdict. Contrary to Gasparino's claim, Crypto Law noted that the judge did not split the baby. The media outlet added that under the Howey test, a long-standing securities test in the U.S., most XRP-related transactions, especially blind bid/ask transactions, do not satisfy the prongs of an investment contract. Meanwhile, Gasparino's comment will not come as a shock to many XRP enthusiasts. The Fox journalist had previously criticized the verdict, speculating that the decision would be overturned in the Second Circuit. However, Crypto Law founder attorney John Deaton expressed a contrary opinion. Notably, the court denied the SEC's attempt to certify an interlocutory appeal in the case, ordering the regulator to wait until all pending issues are resolved. The remaining issue in the case is the remedies phase, which will determine the penalty Ripple may face for violating the law via its institutional sales of XRP. Furthermore, Jones shared insights into the possible dates for Ripple IPO in a recent Fireside chat with the pre-IPO investment platform Linqto. According to Jones, Ripple may not necessarily require funds from an IPO. However, she noted that Ripple's executives might be pressured to conduct the IPO as investors might seek such a route to exit. Furthermore, the expert contended that despite Ripple not needing funds from an IPO, a confluence of factors, including a predicted bull market resulting from decreased inflation and interest rates, could create an opportune moment for companies to go public. In this context, Jones expressed her belief in a robust IPO market next year. She noted it opens a window for companies to capitalize on the projected favorable market conditions. Based on the anticipated boom in the IPO market by 2024, the financial expert argued that May 2024, specifically May 15th, would be the ideal time for Ripple to go public. I think there's an opportunity if Ripple wants to go public next year, that mid-May would be an ideal time, right around May 15th, Jones remarked. She noted the date to be the first target to look for Ripple's IPO. However, the Wall Street expert emphasized that the timeline is contingent on various factors, including the anticipated stock market boom, aligning perfectly. Meanwhile, Jones highlighted that where Ripple fails to make the IPO in May, there may be no other dates for a 2024 IPO. Specifically, she argued that Ripple would not conduct an IPO until 2025. In her words, "If everything, the stars, the sun, and the moon, lined up and they wanted to go public, that might be my first target date, May 2024. If it doesn't happen, then I think it probably wouldn't happen until 2025. Notably, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has recently commented on Ripple's anticipated IPO timeline. Garlinghouse stated that Ripple cannot go public amid the legal battle with the U.S. regulator. Specifically, Garlinghouse noted that approval from the SEC for Ripple's Form S-1 registration statement is a prerequisite for an IPO, and this approval is unlikely to occur as long as the legal conflict persists. Now to the big question of the day: what are the top misconceptions within the XRP community? Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Specifically, the crypto trader with X username ClownSniper highlighted a list of 10 fallacies about XRP adoption and called Schwartz to vouch for the authenticity of his claims against the misconceptions. According to ClownSniper, the purpose of the compilation is for clarity in the community and to rid the XRP community of delusions. "I have nothing for sale and ask nothing from anyone other than knowledge," he added. Ripple's CTO consented that the claims in the compilation were accurate, except for one, which he disputed. The first item on the list was the inaccurate claims that Swift supposedly used XRP in its payment settlement operations. In a dated interview, Swift's ex-regional manager, Graham Bright, shared insights on the potential role of XRP in Swift's payment processing. However, it is worth mentioning that, as of today, Swift does not utilize XRP, as the company currently lacks any established alliance with Ripple. Furthermore, Clown Sniper pointed out that the purported BlackRock XRP ETF filing was a hoax. It was disclosed yesterday that the Delaware state government finally brought down the bogus filing. Notably, some people had argued for its genuineness amid its presence on an official portal. Also, Clown Sniper mentioned that no central bank digital currency project of any country uses XRP Ledger. For clarity, countries piloting CBDC programs use Ripple's CBDC platform, which features private ledgers rather than the public XRPL. Moreover, the crypto trader highlighted the misconception about FedNow, an instant payment service the U.S. Federal Reserve developed for depository institutions in the United States. While the service allows individuals and businesses to send and receive money in real time, around the clock, every day of the year, it utilizes neither XRPL nor the XRP token. Besides, Clown Sniper argued that the XRP army needs to realize that XRPL needs more teams building worthwhile projects instead of hypers. Crypto Airy, a prominent figure in the XRP community, has contended that XRPL needs 100,000 active projects to reach the level of Ethereum, the second largest crypto project. Other points Clown Sniper highlighted were that overhyping and XRP influencers with overly insane projections have caused more harm. Per Schwartz's disclosure, the financial services firm R3 indicated an interest in using XRP in 2018 for its quota settler as a first settlement mechanism. However, this was only a proof of concept. Quota now uses another digital asset, XDC. In sum, the 2018 proof of concept is what some XRP community figures refer to when claiming that R3 uses XRP. Make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.